I'm Artistic Gamer 7 and welcome back to some more Pokemon to Create a Sim videos. This is, I will let you know, going to be the last Pokemon to CAS video for Series 2. I will be doing a Series 3, but I'm going to take a little bit of break from creating Sims based off of Pokemon and do some other Create a Sim stuff, but Series 3 will be coming back around, so definitely feel free to put some suggestions down in the comments below of some Pokemon to give a go in Series 3. Now anyway, on to this particular one. So this is Amalga, which is from Gen 5. Amalga is, there's always sort of like these little Pikachu-esque clone type ones. Cutesy little electric types that a lot of times have the little round things on the cheeks. And Amalga is the one from Gen 5. It is a little electric flying squirrel, which I think Amalga is absolutely adorable. I love Amalga. And I really like the Amalga that was in the show, actually. Like, the Amalga in the show had a bit of an attitude, but I liked that about it. It was a very sassy flying squirrel. So, I quite enjoyed that Amalga. Now, obviously, like usual with my Pokemon to CAS Create a Sims, if you're not as familiar with Pokemon, but you really like watching Sims content, there is a picture down in the bottom left corner. You should already be seeing it, of Amalga, so that you have a reference image that I'm going by to create this sim, if you're not quite sure what this Pokemon looks like or anything. So with Amalga, I did decide to go with a female child. I went with a child just because Amalga is so little and more cutesy, so I figured a child would best represent that little cutesiness about her. Also, every once in a while I do try to do children and toddlers. I started doing toddlers in this series to just bring a little bit more of a challenge, because even though I download CC and I have a lot of custom content stuff, a lot of it is more geared towards the older age groups. Kids and children... words. Kids and toddlers don't get as much CC as teens, adults, young adults, so on, you know, all that. So it is a little bit of a challenge, and also you can't edit things as much as in the teens and up. So it is a little bit more of a challenge, and then also just sometimes it just seems more fitting to actually make them as a child or a toddler. Now, as far as choosing female, it was partially because I'm pretty sure the one from the show is a female Amalga, and plus the trainer who gets her is a female. I'm forgetting her name right now. Like, I can picture her in my head, and she had the, was it Axel? I'm pretty sure it's Axel. I'm picturing her in my head and everything, but I just cannot remember her name right now. But, so that was part of the reason why I chose female. Another part of the reason is, on top of kids not having as much CC and stuff like that, children don't have as much CC in general as well. Like, well, I just said the same thing. Females tend to have, like, males have less CC than females. My brain is not functioning, even though it's, like, right in the middle of the day. Anyway, so yeah, I have more options for females as well, so thought I could have more looks and things like that. Also, just some of the clothing and hair options don't always appear for both male and female, even though they do have that option, and a lot of CC creators do try to create it to be able to fit on either, but sometimes they're still, like, glitching and, like, clipping like issues and things like that. And I wanted something flowy with Amalga, because the whole flying squirrel thing, she's got these like little flaps on her arms so she can fly. Ultimately, those were my reasons. As far as the skin tone, so if you've watched some of my past Pokemon ones, and I've talked about this a lot in Series 2, because in Series 1 I definitely noticed it, and even going into Series 2, I try to use everything on the Pokemon to base what decisions I make for the Sims. So if they have a skin tone color on them, or a color close to a skin tone, or whatever, I try to make it that. Amalga does have an actual white and an actual black. To translate those into skin colors, I could have. And the white almost looks more like the basis, while I would use the black as, like, the hair color. Which I did use black as the hair color, because the ears, there's two of them, and that's where the black is more prominent on the ears, so I wanted pigtails for that reason. But I am tired of having very pale Sims that I make these from, because so many Pokemon have, like, that color that's more of a white or a paler color of some sort as, like, a base of what I would look at the picture and be like, oh, I'll probably use that more for the skin, and this color more for the hair, and so on and so forth. But I decided to go a little bit different with that. I do include white, so she gets little white leggings and stuff like that to represent the white on her. But I did make her tan, because one, the two prominent colors on her are white and black, so it's going in between. Obviously that is actually gray, but when you take like the actual skin tone spectrum, somewhere around the tans is sort of the middle ground. And also, she is a flying squirrel, so she's up in the trees all day, so there's a chance that she runs into the sun quite often, so I made her tan. I think it just actually worked out, and I really liked that in general anyway. I think she's absolutely adorable. She is slightly a paler tan, but still a tan. Not compared to the paleness of a lot of the other Pokemon Sims. They don't get enough sun. A lot of them are water types, though, that are the really pale ones, so... Which in some ways don't make sense, but anyway, on to her clothes. As you can tell, I brought in the yellows, the whites, the blacks. Though I was going to originally try to go for a yellow, more flowy skirt, I thought it was more fitting the color scheme that I like, the shirt being more yellow and the skirt being black, just because I couldn't find the right yellow for this skirt. And at least with this shirt, also, it does slowly fade into a very light color, almost going into white, so it shows a little bit more of the white as well, so I thought it was quite fitting. But overall, I really, really like how Amalga turned out. I think she is absolutely adorable. I could see this child being cutesy, but also maybe mischievous, so I definitely had a lot of fun making Amalga. I hope you like how Amalga turned out as well. I hope that you've been enjoying how this series has been going and all the Sims that I've made throughout this series. I actually do have some screenshots at the end here of all the Sims from Series 2 together. So, I really like doing this Pokemon to CAS Sims. One, I really like the idea of bringing other games into Sims and like sort of merging the two worlds, because I like a majority of other games and shows and things like that. I don't just like Sims, so I like bringing those into Sims and like challenging myself and stuff like that. So I have a lot of fun with this series. This is one of my more favorite series that I've done for Create a Sim, which is why I did a Series 2 and I'm going to do a Series 3. My other Create a Sim that I really liked was the flower one. Oddly enough, I might eventually do a Series 2 of the flower Sims. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this series. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Let me know down in the comments below who was your favorite from the series, or some of your favorites from this series. Would be intrigued to know who you think turned out better, or who in just general you really liked, or maybe like was sort of surprised that you liked by because based off of your Pokemon likes. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you've watched many of the videos from the series, thank you so much for watching throughout the series. Hit that lovely like button and all that lovely YouTube goodiness, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!